The 10-day Caribbean cruise on the Regent Explorer, titled Searching for Islands Destroyed by Hurricanes, Fall 2017, begins here at Miami Beach, Florida, where there is no hurricane damage evident. One of the joys of every cruise is when you first spot your cruise ship in the distance, knowing that very soon you will be aboard it. At last you arrive at the ship and it's check-in time, huge lines, and there are our suitcases. I saw one of them, so we know they are boarding the ship right as we stand here after having cleared all the entry requirements. Janice has boarded and I am next. There's a lot to do on the first day of the cruise. Mainly unpack, put your stuff away, set up the computer. These are our cabin stewardess and the assistant, Francis and Nanang. Nanang is from Indonesia and Francis is from the Philippines. So how is it taking care of our cabin?
We find it easy to clean your cabin because it's not messy, and then you're organized like that.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit easier for us.
And we will make priority your cabin, sir.
What is there to do aboard the Regent Explorer on sea days? In the Caribbean at sunrise, it's warm.
The Franklin Roosevelt administration, the most popular American administration in Latin America of all times.
Get on the computer at the business center, or perhaps you'd like to do wine tasting. And here's the purser's office, and next door is the destination services where you do your shore excursions and your luggage bag tickets. Or look at the pretty artwork scattered all over the ship. There's a lot of beautiful art on this ship and a lot of sitting area to meet with other people. What else to do at sea days? You could offer to vacuum some of the carpets or eat food. The first choice for breakfast is the cafe. It's open the earliest, 6:30 in the morning. Light snacks. Second choice for breakfast, if you want to be served, is the Compass Rose, the main dining room, but it doesn't open up until 8:30 in the morning. Third choice for breakfast is La Veranda, the inside buffet. Besides fruits, and even more fruits, and the standard bacon, ham, sausage, beef hash, corned beef hash, and other goodies. Lox, herring, lots of choices. Scrambled egg, or any type of egg you desire made to order. Then final choice is the poolside grill, where you get freshly squeezed and made juices. Those beautiful tomatoes, and I'm gonna have a tomato juice freshly squeezed. No one ever asked for freshly squeezed tomato juice, and Oksana is doing the first tomato juice of the cruise for me. And this is what freshly squeezed tomato juice looks like. And the final choice is room service. Well, here I am at the Culinary Arts Kitchen for a How to Make Fish cooking class. The first dish is fried scallop in clarified butter for 2 minutes, flip, and it looks like that. A mayonnaise sauce and some greens, and it's time to eat after it rests for a minute. Deep fried shrimp. After the cooking class, where one only eats the very best of the best dishes, it's through the pool area and lunch. For lunch, there are 4 places where one can eat. The first is the poolside grill. It's open from noon to 4, so if you come back late from a shore excursion, this is where you have lunch at. specialty every day today is Tex-Mex. Fajitas and tortillas. Get sandwiches and salads here. Then there's grill options, hamburgers, hot dogs, Reuben sandwiches, lots of stuff. 3 pizza choices every day. And you don't have to guess what things are. They have name tags for everything. And the pool grill is also where you get your ice cream and juices. They'll make anything for you. And of course, it's all you can drink liquors throughout the day, wherever. Free. The second lunch choice is La Veranda, the traditional 100-plus item buffet. Lots of interesting fish salads, and made-to-order pasta and hamburgers. Most incredible fresh shrimp. Blocks, cold cuts, cheese, great dessert bar, nice salad bar. This is Andy, the cruise director, who decided to have lunch with us. Andy.
Yes.
Do you often just have lunch with whomever you find sitting around at the table?
I absolutely do, because I eat all of my meals with the guests, and so I'm looking for someone I hadn't met or didn't know, and we sit down and get to know and get to meet. So it works well, and I get to eat.
And one last question. How long is your contract?
Typically 3 to 4 months on the ship, and then 6 to 8 weeks home.
The choices do not end here. Either always one, and sometimes, like today, 2 specialty restaurants are open. Here's the steak restaurant. For people who want a more traditional and heavy lunch, the Prime 7 restaurant has little samples of each of the desserts. If you don't like beef, there's always the French restaurant next door, the Chartreuse. One of the nice things about Regent is the quality of the service. Here is Eloise from Paris, age 23, on an adventure. Got a question for you, Eloise. Eloise, how are women treated on this cruise ship?
Very good, absolutely very good. Very good. I'm happy. The work I'm doing is absolutely amazing, and I have very nice guests like you, Mr. Klein. Thank you.
The ship itself is quite pretty. A very nice pool if one wishes to swim, with everything one would ever need in the water. 2 nice jacuzzis. The drink of the day is a painkiller, whatever that is. Most everything you need on this ship is on decks 4 and 5. Very friendly people to help you make your specialty restaurant bookings. And one of our most enjoyable activities is playing cruise games. Presley, one of the dancers, will run the game. Sammy, the singer. Here's how you play. You roll the ball and you hit it, and they all go down. Also on deck 4 are the shops. There is a hidden staircase from the spa up to the gym above. Most unusual. You can monitor from the gym area how rough the water is by looking at the swimming pool. There's a nice selection of equipment and weights. There's even an exercise room without any exercise instructor. All the TV channels on the ship are available, and you get a beautiful view of the stern. The bottom line reality is there's very little to do on Regent at sea days. This is a port day ship. Looking at the resort of Atlantis in the distance, Tuesday morning finds the cruise ship arriving in Nassau, the Bahamas. The weather is cool breeze, 75, and sunny. This is a total tourist trap in Nassau. Port days, in this case, Basseterre, St. Kitts. This was a French colony once upon a time. Begin early in the morning. One disembarks and proceeds ashore. When you get to the end of the pier, you come to some pretty spot, and then you look back down the pier towards your ship. First thing you do is find your tour number, in this case 28, and then you get in line in the sun. A short 2-minute walk from the ship brings us to downtown St. Kitts in a very windy day. Out of the tourist area to the Rio Basseterre, where the local dialect is a type of French. A very pretty little town. Now back to the cruise ship and lunch through the archway in the National Museum. Finds us approaching the major British naval fleet base in the Caribbean, St. John's, Antigua. Tour today is a walking tour of St. John's. Hi, I'm in St. John's, Antigua, an independent country in the Leeward Islands. And that is our cruise ship, the Regent Explorer. This is where the slaves were held after being taken off the ships. And there's the main shopping street in St. John's. Blaring music everywhere. Quite a place. This is the main market of St. John's. Mainly vegetables and fruits. And there are Whoppers. It's the only American company I've seen in this place. Antigua is a very, very pretty area, island, and the city of St. John's is clean and lively. On the sunny days in the Caribbean in the afternoon after the morning tours, it's time to get some sun on the pool deck. And if it's not too breezy, this top deck is the place to come for sightseeing, like this old British fort. As the sun sets in the Caribbean, it's time to think about dinner. And there are 5 dinner choices, plus room service, of course, always room service, to choose from every night. Before dinner, there are lounges to get a pre-dinner drink and listen to music. And the music at each lounge is different. This is at the Observer Lounge, is piano playing. There are 2 other choices on deck 5 for music before dinner. The final choice is the Explorer Lounge with dancing. The first choice is Sette Mare, an Italian restaurant. Down to the 10th deck, we are 2 restaurant choices. The prime rib, actually it's prime 7, and it's prime beef steaks, lobster. Third choice for dinner, also on deck 10, is the much quieter Chartreuse, our French restaurant. Escargot and French goodies like duck and other items. On deck 5 is the Pacific Rim, the Chinese Oriental restaurant. This is where one goes for Chinese cuisine. The ribs are wonderful here. The 5th and final place for dinner on deck 4 is the Compass Rose, the traditional dining room. First course is escargot and my special freshly squeezed tomato juice. So for dinner we have a fillet of sole and a ribeye steak. Sunday morning we are slowly sailing into the city of Castries in the island of St. Lucia. As we approach the capital city of Castries, looking at the houses along the waterside, very pretty, but not a lot of beaches here. This morning we're taking a trolley tour.
Give courage.
An actual Catholic service on Sunday.
Amen. You include that as well. Please. He himself will not enter into his glory.
About 2 miles from town is the city beach. A lovely long beach. Deck chairs 2 for $5. A beautiful sunlit island can mean only one thing. Breakfast at St. Barts in the Caribbean. A French colony. where there is hurricane damage and 14 people died on this island during the hurricane. Our tour activity today is to take a ride on a real submarine, none of this fake stuff. It's a little difficult to board the submarine. We're in a submarine, or at least below the surface.
Okay, so now we change the place after that. Fish gray and yellow is the yellow text number. So maybe you're hungry, I open the windows.
We're on our way back to the cruise ship. Janice coming back onto the boat. Sunrise at our last day at sea and the last day of the cruise. With the moon high in the sky and the fairly smooth waters of the Caribbean as we approach Miami, about 200 miles away, with suitcases on the bed, this could be an excellent place to end this video of our 10-day cruise from Round Trip Miami to the Leeward Islands in the Eastern Caribbean.